On today's Esport update, we'll be going over the Stage 2 Open Qualifier 1 bracket. S1mple gives his thoughts on what it would take for him to switch over to Valorant. Call of Duty drops a new patch today. Will Control finally be watchable? Let's jump right into it. Taking a look at the bracket here, you'll see that Cloud9 White sadly drew the 32nd seed, which pins them up against Sentinels in the round 3. Now, do I think Cloud9 White has a chance? No. Either way, I still would like to see what Cloud9 White's KD can do up against the Sentinels, because in my opinion, I think she's definitely ready to play with the Tier 1 teams. So are Cloud9 White going into this matchup expecting a win? Not likely. But if we could see them getting double-digit rounds, I think it'll be very monumental. One of the likely round 3 matchups that I think is going to be a great one to watch is the new Rise Nation lineup with Shanks against the Immortals. While I do think Rise Nation will be a significant underdog, I can't help but think this match definitely has upset potential. The last time that Shanks played with his brother Poise was back in Dignitas. That Dignitas lineup was able to upset TSM multiple times while they were on the top of NA. With the MDL match-fixing scandal weighing over Calypso and Shanks' head, this will be the tournament where they can finally shut everybody up and focus on their game. Taking a look at the bracket, overall I think it's pretty clear cut. But when you take a look at who 100 Thieves is likely to play, it seems that they might actually play Ninja's team in round 3. I feel like Ninja gets a lot of hate, but to be honest, if you look at the last result against NRG, that match was really close. While they ended up losing both maps 13-11, at certain times during that first map, I thought Ninja's squad might actually pull out the dub. Could you imagine the timeline where Ninja's team upsets 100 Thieves? I don't know if the Valorant competitive subreddit would be able to handle it, but to be honest, I'm kinda rooting for it. When I was doing my own personal bracket, how I have the round 4 matchups is Sentinels vs Built by Gamers, Xset vs NRG, Team Envy against Ghost Gaming, Luminosity Gaming against Dimmadome Money, just kidding, Luminosity Gaming against Ambox, Renegades against FaZe Clan, Rise Nation against TSM, which I believe, due to the past history between the players on both these teams, is likely going to be one of the best matchups in the entire qualifier. Cloud9 Blue against Gen.G, and for my final round 4 matchup, I think there's a possibility of a strong upset between Dignitas and T1, so personally, I'm going to go 100 Thieves against Dignitas. In other Valorant news, Cloud9 Blue wins the Nerd Street Gamers March Invitational. Check out these 2 clips from the match to see just how dominant both Poise and Leaf were during this tournament.
He walled mid right away. I'll go bridge.
Taking ulti.
One more, let's go bridge.
Nice.
I
got
molded,
guys. I got molded. Nice.
I'm running in.
Are you taking it?
I'm going
to follow you guys.
Sage was rotating from mid.
Holding heaven. I'm holding heaven, boys.
Heaven.
It's swinging out, Nice. Just ace.
He's in spawn. Do you want me to like give you the ace?
Where is he?
He's in spawn.
Let me give you bomb, Sonny. Sonny. Alright. Thank you.
He's somewhere in there. Oh, I dinked him for you. I literally didn't kill him so you can get the ace. That's what kind of teammate I am.
That's good in a grand final match.
He's got 50 HP.
Got it.
Oh, he's by the point, bro.
Can you try to plant, Skylar?
Spawn.
Leave garage.
Nothing.
Spawn Sova. Lit.
Watch your flank also. I'm
gonna look for dart. Cam, bro, Cam. I'm looking for dart.
I'm going side box. I'm going side box.
I'm looking for dart. They eyed.
Paranoid spawn. It could be out. 2.
One more.
Raise also.
Sentinels player Sick comments on his thoughts on the 6-man roster. I don't think this tweet from Sick is about Sentinels at all. Personally, I think it's about TSM. With screenshots surfacing of Hayes not practicing with TSM and Brax in his spot, and with Brax on TSM's roster for Stage 2 Open Qualifier 1, is a 6-man roster gonna work in Valorant? As we've seen in CSGO, a 6-man roster has not been successful. Astralis' 6-man roster relies on Bubsky sitting on the bench majority of the time. In the most recent ESL Pro League, Bubsky didn't play a single map on Astralis, yet they boast having a 6-man roster. Vitality had a 6-man roster, and they released their 6th player because they said the 6-man roster wasn't working. In League of Legends, do they have people on the bench that sit there and only play certain maps and certain champions? I personally don't watch League of Legends, so I don't know how it works for having a bench player in a game that's champion-based, because I could see that working as a 6-man roster in Valorant if there's certain maps and certain champions that these players like to play personally, and they can sub them in. But I don't keep up with League of Legends enough, so let me know in the comment section below if that's what they do in League of Legends, and maybe they're going to correlate that with Valorant because it's also a game that's produced by Riot. ESL Pro League comes to an end, with Astralis locking in the final first seed in Group D. After watching Group D play out, one thing that caught my attention was that Evil Geniuses, despite opening up the group stage with a win over Astralis, ended up being in last place in Group D. Cloud9's in-game leader Alex has officially switched over to Valorant. He's currently registered for the Stage 2 Open Qualifier Valorant event with ex-LDLC teammate Mistu. And with Cloud9's Floppy posting on Twitter today, looking to sell his CSGO skins, it almost seems imminent that he will be making a Valorant appearance soon. Device dropped 40 kills on Fnatic today on Train. Let's check out some clips from that map and just see how dominant Device was against struggling Fnatic.
Oh, peeking up before the flash has gone off Jaquinho. You just gift wrap that across the Device and they're just going to be spilling in one by one. Device will not miss these chances. He's at the buffet and he's devouring Fnatic without any issues at all. 15 kills already, make it 16, why not? And the smoke keeps him alive from upper, make it 17. And he could even finish it off, and he does with a beautiful ace. Unbelievable stats. Unbelievable impact he's had, and there's another one. He's landed the 30 bomb and 31 as they peek him to him one by one. Device is on some kind of miracle play right now. Godly. Someone needs to take him down a peg or two, but instead they just feed him, drip feed him more frags.
He's actually going up ladder. Device is going to hear this. Got the P250 ready to go, and Golden never could collect himself in that situation.
Navi's S1mple comments on whether or not he would ever switch to Valorant.
Oh man, better to play Valorant than play like this. Would you really quit CS to play Valorant? Listen, if I was Astralis that won 4 majors, I would probably think about this, you know. But since I have 0 major, I'll keep grinding.
And lastly, what are your picks for the first round of the ESL Pro League playoffs? Let me know in the comment section below what your #1 underdog pick is and what favorite you think has likely the best odds to take home the crown. In Call of Duty news, a new patch comes out completely changing how Control will work competitively. Instead of relying on the 1-minute boost from getting all 3 ticks on one control point, now you will get a separate 20-second timer boost for every tick on each control point, which means that you can alternate between A and B and collect ticks one at a time if you really wanted to. This change in general should make Control a lot more competitive, and as a viewer, it should make it much more exciting to watch. Because I know personally, it seemed like Control from day one was Team Deathmatch. The AK74u's range was nerfed, leaving some pros to wonder, is it gonna be a Milano meta?
We're gonna see a Milano meta? A lot of people are thinking that that might be the meta, yeah.
Mox reunites with Major Maniac in what seems to be Gen.G rebooted 2.0 to take over Challengers. Do you guys think this roster has what it takes to be able to win a Challengers Cup? Because to me, it seems like Mox has really got the bad end of the stick for the majority of the rosters this season. Personally, when I watch him on Twitch, he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. He doesn't really complain about cheaters. When he loses a chow, he just kind of shrugs it off and accepts it. And Fire puts out a pretty sad tweet, leading me to believe that maybe Saints really is going to Paris. What's your guys' opinions on that Saints tweet? Was it just bait because NYSL Academy won the most recent Challengers Cup? Or is he likely making his way to the league? But for now, that's the Esport update. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for all the feedback you gave me on my last video. Thank you to the Redditor that told me my thumbnail was trash. I'm trying a new attempt this video. Let me know what you think of this thumbnail. If it's also trash, let me know. I'm not going to take offense to it. But I did take into consideration that the pink color was slightly obnoxious. So we're going to fall back from the pink color this time. So feel free to let me know anything else you guys think I could definitely improve, and I will take it into consideration. But for now, my name's Jared, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
They chalked it, I guess.
Let's go! 1 away from streaks.
Okay.
Hey, you guys are gross.
Boys, literally doing nothing. Continue to keep it up, boys.
Good job, Preston.
Sir, I'm waiting for my pick right here, boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, let's
dude.
get it,
Oh
B.
my god. Oh,
I love you with a sub P. Let's baby. That's that vintage right there, baby. Best flex.
They make it look so. Look, he put the ground 7 meters.
Nah, bro.
It's just free.
And that you've got to respect tight angles in a situation like this where you understand they may not have ideal. Oh no! Oh no! Moose totally fumbles it. He goes up just a bit too high, smacks his head on the wall, and then gets dropped right back down to the ground.